Well, howdy, folks. I am coming to you from inside my van, currently attending Skooliepalooza, which is a large non-gathering of nomadic peoples, people who live out of their vehicles, lots of converted school buses, and of course vans, some minivans like my own setup here, but a lot of sprinter vans and even people who just live out of their cars and sleep in tents and stuff like that. I've met a lot of very fascinating folks, people from all walks of life, some rather crusty, hippy-dippy type people, and some bougie rich kids who are doing this just for fun. Loved meeting all of these people, and sometimes I love participating in their shenanigans. There's a lot of raves and drum circles and taking illicit substances and dancing around the fire pit. It can be fun, but it's not always necessarily my speed. So I've actually been more isolated from the group, more kind of camped out on the outskirts here, still on the same property, but farther away from the action of the shenanigans going on. I've sort of spent the day organizing my space and gathering stuff and kind of taking inventory of the amount of food and clothing and stuff that I have, and wanted to sort of give an update on what are my thoughts about van life so far, now that I've been doing it for close to half a year, and I've encountered many other people who are also doing the van life thing. What are my thoughts? First, I wanted to talk once again about the whole consumerism, materialism thing. I know I've spoken on this topic before, but I do feel like it's a subject that is close to my heart in a way. I suppose I've been attracted to this idea of minimalism for a very long time. I really do feel like a lot of it comes from growing up Christian and reading the words of Jesus and the way that he is consistently challenging people to sell all they have, give it to the poor, and then only then can you live your true mission, your true self, which of course is not exactly the life I want to live, because I don't believe people need to believe in Jesus or follow him or anything like that. So it's not like I want to sell all my stuff to be a missionary or something like that. Though for much of my life, I really did. As a kid, I kind of thought yeah, everyone should be missionaries, and those who stay home and just kind of live a suburban life raising their families are hypocrites, cowardly. They're too chicken to to live the full Jesus experience. But it's not just Jesus, Buddhism has, of course, ideas of non-materialism, non-attachment as well. I do understand the Buddha, kind of rejected full asceticism and advocated for more of a middle path. I remember watching the Minimalist documentary on Netflix all those years ago and being incredibly inspired and convicted by that documentary. And, since then I've, consumed a lot of their podcasts and stuff like that. And, honestly, I stopped listening to their podcast after a while because it was just so repetitive. It was just saying the same things over and over again. And it's kind of yeah, I get it, just, own less stuff. There's not that much nuance to it. But again, nothing against those guys. We've all got to churn out content here, and sometimes that means repeating yourself, like perhaps I am as well. Okay, so just more to say on the consumerism side. As I said, I kind of spent the morning organizing my shit back here. It's been sort of just a pile of stuff for quite a long time, and I'm sort of trying to consolidate and just reckoning with the fact that even though I just recently got rid of all of my stuff, I have accumulated so much already, and I have way too many clothes. That's the main thing. That's what it really comes down to. Thinking about how I've been doing this capsule wardrobe thing for for a couple years now, where I only wear green pants and brown t-shirts as sort of my base layer. I have the same outfit every day, right? But kind of the rule is I can accessorize beyond that, so I can wear different overshirts and jackets and hats, of course. So I have, I've got like hats for days. I have a beanie for every color of the rainbow, and jackets, man. Like I am kind of addicted to buying jackets from Goodwill, because that's another like kind of personal discipline I have of I'm trying to not buy any new clothing. You know, I want to, like, if I do buy clothing, it's got to be used from a thrift store. So that's a good rule of thumb to have, but man, it's just so easy to accumulate stuff, because I just, like, every time I drive by and I see like a Goodwill or a Savers or a Buffalo Exchange or, you know, any place that sells used clothing like that, I'm like, well, I gotta just go in and just see what they have, you know. And then I end up like buying like multiple black or navy jackets that I can put over my brown t-shirt, because I feel like that's a pretty good aesthetic. It just piles up, and for what, you know, like, why do I need to own all this stuff? Isn't this exactly the kind of thing that I was just recently trying to shed myself of? So I have 5 copies of these green, they're kind of like hiker pants. They're like made of polyester, and they're really nice. They're really comfortable. I like them a lot. I like how they look. But sometimes I get self-conscious about, like, are they green enough? Okay, this is like a unhealthy mind game I was playing with myself for a while. I was thinking, like, I like the aesthetic of the green pants, but I feel like these are kind of like this faded olive green. I wish I had some more like deep, rich, like greener pants. Okay, so then of course I'd check out Goodwill to see if I can find some greener pants, and of course, you know, I was able to find them eventually. So I got this pair of, you know, very, very deep, like Kelly green pants from Goodwill, and they're women's pants, which is totally fine, but they didn't fit me all that well. They were a little bit like too wide, and they're low cut, so they're just like, you know, constantly falling down on me. And then I realized, like, what am I doing here? Like, what would have happened? What if I would have found at the Goodwill like 5 copies of these green pants? I surely would have bought them all up, and then my personal wardrobe would be even more crowded and filled up than it already is. All this to say, the act of non-materialism is a fight. You know, it's like I'm battling the devil. You know, every morning I wake up and I'm like, am I gonna win, or are the gods of materialism gonna win? You know, that's how I would frame it if I wanted to be self-aggrandizing. But of course, you know, it's whatever. It's not that big of a deal. You know, if you have like a house and you own a bunch of shit that you never use, you know, God bless you. It's not like I'm a better person just because I don't own a KitchenAid mixer or something like that. This is like a personal discipline type thing for me. This is something that I kind of feel like maybe this is sort of a life hack to the secret of happiness, right? Because we're all on the hedonic treadmill. We're all in this kind of trap of like accumulating more and more stuff. Like I said, even me, I had this idea in my head that, like, I'm not satisfied with my own green pants. What if I get greener pants, right? And like, let's say I find the perfect pair of green pants. Eventually, I'm going to feel like those aren't green enough either, and I'm just going to have to keep going deeper and deeper into that hole of consumeristic despair. I'm trying to wake up and fight the demons of this materialistic mindset that I'm a consumer. I'm a victim of. I'm a participant in our consumer culture, and I'm trying to find creative ways to find joy in life with less. So all that to say, I do believe I'm going to redonate these green pants. I think I will drop them off in a donation bin at a Goodwill near me, and I will try to shed myself of a couple more jackets and perhaps a couple more button-up shirts as well. I think I'm going to keep the beanies. I wear a beanie like almost every day during the winter. My head gets cold, and it's fun to have different colors and to mix that up. So I think I will allow myself that indulgence, but generally speaking, I am on a mission to, one, like, not buy stuff new if I can help it, two, get rid of some of the stuff I already own, and three, resist the urge to continually consume even used clothing when I don't need it. I've said it before, but I think it would be really cool if when Blondie finally kicks the bucket, when she can't run no more, when she becomes too expensive to maintain, I think it would be cool if, rather than upgrading to a larger like Sprinter van or something like that, if I could possibly downgrade to something even smaller than the minivan setup, get like an SUV or some kind of vehicle that is smaller than the minivan. I believe that could be like a way to opt out of this consumeristic hedonic treadmill lifestyle that I'm still battling. Like I said, I've been wildly inconsistent with making videos. I want to make videos more regularly, and I want to like come up with stuff that's like actually like worth talking about. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see how that goes. Thank you for watching and listening to me ramble on and on. If you need a pair of green pants, hit me up. I will give these to you for free. They are a woman's size 10, and they're nice. They are truly green and sure to satisfy that need for green. Okay, yeah, enough talking. All right, talk to you later. Goodbye.